So I wanted to ask you, as a DSP, how you guys fit into the television video world. It's something that we haven't really spoken about, and it's something that we'd like to learn about.
Sure. So our approach has been primarily looking at things from a video extension perspective. And as we started to service clients much beyond just a performance landscape and getting into more into branding campaigns and stuff, we've expanded our offering to get deeper into video. And an extension of video on the web is video on television. The last few years have really seen the transformation in the digital living room, where the TV has gone from being a content generator or a content distributor to now really just becoming a device in the market or in the living room. And so for us, we look at the extension of video going onto the TV screen, to the largest screen, as something that we have to deliver to our clients to give a more omni-channel output to their campaigns. And that's how we started to get into it. Our approach was really starting with the CTV and the OTT environments, working with the various different private marketplaces that are accessible to us, and then building channel relationships and partnerships in market to really get to addressable as well as linear. We've run into similar challenges as other DSPs of how do we take our optimization and our reach capabilities that the marketplace really knows us for and recognizes us for, and then expand that into this new arena. So, there's a lot of work for us to do around this. We've been running test campaigns. We've been running campaigns that are extensions of digital campaigns originally, going into TV and testing and seeing how the allocation can work and how it's reacted for our customer base. In most cases, the responses have been fantastic, but outside of the test environments, we've run into similar issues of scale, of data on a deduplicated or deterministic basis. So a lot of our technology, which is very much centered around being precise, now has to start to look at things in a less than perfect environment from a data perspective, including not just from an access to data or understanding who's watching. We're relegated to the household level, but also how attribution works and the time delay in getting that information back while the campaign is running. So our focus has really been in how we can collapse that time gap and who we should partner with to get data back to us in a near real-time fashion. So far, the only thing that I feel we have made some realistic progress in is around getting last night's viewership data, so pacing. That helps us with pacing, campaign pacing. But getting attribution in a timely fashion is the big chasm that we're trying to cover for.
And if you define the DSP business of Sizmek versus the other offerings, how would you describe that?
So we look at the DSP business as one end of the data platform that we have truly built out in the organization. It's a media activation platform for the data, underlying data subset, if you will. The other end of that is the Sizmek ad server. So when you look at Sizmek as a whole, we define ourselves as a media buy-side focused platform that starts with ad serving and ends at media buying with the data layer as the connective tissue between the two. So that's how we look at it.
Great, and some takeaways from the Beet Retreat, some thoughts?
I mean, this has been extremely helpful because I really enjoyed the 2 or 3 different aspects of it. One, the quality of the folks that are in the room here and how open they've been about the reality of the issues that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Being relatively nascent in this space, this access was very valuable to us. And there are things that you just don't know where to start and who to talk to and how to evaluate things. So in conversations, whether it's listening to panels or having conversations one-on-one afterwards, a lot of things become much more clearer. The second thing I would say is that I personally have been more critical of our progress internally, and I would say it's a little bit better than I thought. So, you know, we're not that far off the mark. The issues that we are dealing with are commonplace with just about everybody else, irrespective of size and the tenure that they've spent in the space so far. And the third thing is that I really enjoy the coming together around the willingness to solve for this. So in the digital side, we have made mistakes, and we are now acknowledging those mistakes. We are trying to learn from those mistakes. So I see a lot of crossover of, you know, traditional digital folks moving into the traditional TV environment and trying to figure out how the formats of the future, the platforms of the future should be architectured so that we can avoid some of the issues we've seen in the past. So this has been very eye-opening, and I'm very thankful to you for having us here.